capacity. You know, there are people everywhere. All the accommodation's completely booked out. You know, it's booked out for months in advance. There's no point even trying to think of that as a time. It's really about trying to even out those troughs. That's the key. To try and, you know, if you think about the flow-on effect of a product like that, so our business has custom, the accommodation operator has custom, the restaurants have custom, the bakery who provides, you know, the food, and the grocery store, everybody gets something from a product like that in an off-peak period. So that, I think, is important.
Lenore, is that off-peak visitation increasing slightly? Like, anecdotally, it feels to me like it has.
Yeah, it is. It's quite interesting, and it's very hard to talk because it is anecdotal. But one of the things that we've really noticed this year here in the visitor centre is that our international visitation in the off-peak period over that sort of long spring, August through to November, has increased significantly. We saw a really shocking decline in international visitation due to international affairs over the last few years, whether it was the GFC, whether it's uncertainty in terms of the security situation, those kinds of things have really dropped the market out of the international visitation, and we're starting to see that return. So that's quite a positive thing.
Hi, I'm Kate, by the way. We've been around and heard lots about the adventure theme park. I'm wondering if you can tell us a bit about that. And second to that, how you think that would be, that the people involved in that would be able to create income or have income in a low time, the non-peak period. Because I'd imagine the cost of adventure parking is high.
That's a really difficult one for me to make a comment on at this point, as a representative of the
Okay.
I have my own personal views on that, obviously, but I just think it's a little bit of a tricky one for me to make a comment because I'm not authorised to do so.
Okay.
I'd have to speak to my CEO about that. I do think, let me say a couple of general points around that issue. I do think that Denmark needs to look at more innovative ways of addressing the needs of visitors and also addressing the needs of off-peak and shoulder visitation. Absolutely. You know, there's a crying need for that. I think there's a local businesses really struggle with investment into tourism industry. A lot of our tourism infrastructure is old. And it needs an influx of capital to improve it. So I think that's something that needs to be addressed, and the Treetop Walk may have talked about that themselves. That's a good issue for them. I think we need to provide opportunities to support local businesses to be innovative. And I think low impact sustainable tourism, as I said, is key. These are things that I would like to see happen. I can't comment on the business plan of any particular business, and you know whether it's addressing off-peak visitation or whether that's going to help them. I couldn't comment on that. What I can say is that I think this is a really clear example of a community that wants to have a say. That's what Denmark's all about. You know, it's not a community that sits back and goes, oh yeah, whatever. It's a community that is invested in its community. It's a community that may not always see eye to eye. There are diverse viewpoints, absolutely, as it should be. But I don't think I'd want to see it just simply accepted that you know people can come in and do whatever they want to do, and nobody has any right to say anything about it. I think this is a really clear example that everybody has a voice and everybody has a right to be heard, and that's certainly what's happening.